Hello, class. Today we'll be discussing tourism and hospitality transportation in the course of legal aspects in tourism and hospitality. So, why is it important that we study transportation in the aspect of laws? Here, you can see in this slide are some of the issues that we have or we had in the tourism and hospitality industry. Like, for example, this one about the Pagoda tragedy in 1993. So the next slide deals with definitions in the areas of transportation. Now, two important definition would be the common carrier and the private carrier. Well, common carrier is, in layman's term, what we call a public transportation. Private carriers are, well, as the name denotes, it's private. So here in this slide, you can see the uh, the, de- the definition and the difference between two carriers. So the common carrier and the private carrier. Most importantly, common carrier is for public service and is subject for regulation, as you can see here. And the private carrier is not for public and subject to regulation. Um, you can see here in the slide the characteristics of a common carrier. So, if you can see, the common carrier is regarded to some extent as a public servant, since he holds himself out as a ready to engage in transportation goods for hire as public employment. Um, in this slide, you can see the degree of extraordinary diligence. What is extraordinary diligence? When, in a way, it is the responsibility of the carrier to the passenger. So when does it end? Like, for example, I ride a uh, public transportation. I ride a bus going to work. When does it end? According to Article 1736 of the Civil Code of the Philippines, it lasts from the time the goods are unconditionally placed in the possession of and received by the carrier for transportation until the same are delivered actually or constructively. So, if you can see by the definition, it ends when you arrive at your destination, when he delivers you or delivers the package. Uh, Here, what is this slide is saying, according to Article 738 of the Civil Code of the Philippines, when is the what is the extraordinary liability of the common carrier, or until when? It says that the extraordinary liability of the common carrier continues to be operative even during the time the goods are stored in a warehouse of the carrier and placed to the destination. So until the consignee has been advised of the arrival of the goods. Or in your case, if you ride a taxi, until you arrive your destination. So also here, Article 1734 states, Civil Code of the Philippines, until where is the liability of the common carrier in delivering packages, and then when is it not uh, the, the responsibility or their you would normally call this force majeure, no, in contracts, no, where, or acts of God as we commonly know it, wherein the loss and destruction or deterioration of the goods, unless the same is lost due to any of the following causes. So it means that the liability is not anymore against the carrier if something like this happens. So like floods, storms, war, and then competent public authority. These are the things that is out of their hands, out of their control. That's what I wanted to say. Okay. This is the last part of the discussion. These are different government agency related to the business of common carrier. we're familiar with some of these agencies, like for example the OTC. They are the actually mother of land transportation offices, the Department of Transportation and Communication. LTFRB, which is a franchising regulatory board, means they give in Tagalog we call it prangkisa. No? They're the ones who give franchises to jeepneys, to line of buses going to province, up to where is your route. LTO is the Land Transportation Office, responsible naman for licensing, giving your license, giving registration of the number of cars or what cars you have. Next is the marina. This naman is maritime, concerned with water transportation. ATO, as most of you know, is the Air Transportation Office. Here naman is the all regulations when it comes to air transportation. Philippine Coast Guard is like the army of the sea. PNR is the railways. Number seven is PNR, Philippine National Railways. It is a state-owned railway system in the Philippines now. Next is the LRTA or the Light Rail Transit Authority. This one is concerned with LRT and MRT system. Now the difference, MRT, the Metro Rail Transit Corporation, is a private naman. This one, LRTA, is public. MRTA is a private consortium responsible for the maintenance of Metro Manila Rail Transit System. So they're the ones who manages and does the maintenance for all our MRTs and LRTs. The NAIA or the Ninoy Aquino International Airport is the one handling our terminals. Same goes. Number 10 is terminals in Manila. Number 11, the Mactan Cebu International Airport, is the international airport, um, the one who maintains the international airport in Cebu. And then I think this is the last one. PPA, the Philippine Ports Authority, is the one in charge of those international containers docking in our ports. No? They're the ones who regulate. So this concerns also all import and export of goods. So here you have your case study. Uh, First case study is about cargo owner ABC ship delivering your products. Second case study is about um, uh, land transportation, which is the XXX liner delivering to minor children, and then that resulted to the death of the children. So please read your case study. So that's about it for today. Thank you for listening. Have a great day.